What's up, Flipsider? So it is Saturday, June, and today's a good day. Today is a good day because today is the day that everything YouTube just got fixed. Correction, yesterday technically was, but we're talking about it today. So today, whatever today is, yeah, everything got fixed. How? I have no idea. What initially actually happened? No idea. So this is kind of what went down, though. I tried for several, let's just run down the whole situation. Friday, May 30th, I want to say, it was the day before my sister's wedding. I got an email from my Flipsider Films, Flipsider Games account, and a bunch of our other accounts, like older accounts, like Jacob Monty 2, Jacob Monty Gaming, all those, wow, this asphalt is really hot. I don't have any shoes on. It's a beautiful day, though. But anyway, they got an email saying, you violate the terms of use. Goodbye, you're suspended. Good, never talk to us again. But there was a button to appeal, so they didn't. Ow, why do I keep walking back on the asphalt? It didn't exactly say that. It said, your account has been suspended for investigation, blah, blah, blah. You can appeal here if you think your account was terminated for a bad reason or whatever. So of course I appealed. I appealed with every single channel, and I got back an email saying that I violated terms of use number 4, section H, rather, and all about saying you can't have automated bots as channels. You can't use spiders or crawlers or anything like that. And so technically it's saying that I bought views, or that it thinks that some of these channels are crawler channels. So they're automated channels, or that I'm using a third party. Like there's websites out there that you could pay like $100 and they'll give you 1 million views or something like that. So they thought I was using one of those or something. I don't know, because they don't fully give you an explanation. They just gave me the whole section. They're like, you violated this. We're not going to tell you how, but you totally did. And I'm like, no, I did not violate any of this. So I appealed with all my channels, but that could take forever to get back to me. Because it's Google, you know, they don't have to answer the little guys because they're freaking Google. So, but anyway, then it was the weekend. It was Saturday, which was my sister's wedding, which went fantastically, by the way. And I do have a vlog from that, and I have a bunch of video footage. I'll put something out shortly on that. And I have a couple extra vlogs that I've shot, but I wasn't technically allowed to upload, even though this channel didn't get suspended. When one thing gets suspended, because it was under my name, everything associated with me is off limits. Like, it gives you in the email and says, hey, so since you're suspended and your account's been terminated, you can't have, use, access any other YouTube accounts forever. You're banned from YouTube. And so I could have been uploading stuff to this channel because it actually didn't get suspended, but that would have been dishonest. It would have been against what I was supposed to be doing. And, you know, I hadn't done anything wrong up to that point, and so why start then? So I just have a bunch of vlogs saved up. Anyway, I'll put those out sometime. But, anyway, so then there was the weekend after I got the email, and as soon as I got the email, immediately called Google. It's a pain to try to figure out how to get a hold of Google, and then once you get a hold of them, how to actually talk to a human being instead of one of their stupid robots. But eventually figured it out. Was on hold for an hour and a half, and then they closed. So I got the call, or the email, like 3, figured out all the call information by like 3:30, figured out how to talk to a human, was on hold for an hour and a half, they closed at 5, got disconnected. So, and they're closed over the weekends, which is awesome. So, I just had to let it go over the weekend because there's nothing I can do. It was my sister's wedding. I didn't want to be stressing out about it or anything. And besides, I knew it was going to be okay, no matter what. God's faithful to take care of all this stuff. And if it wouldn't have gotten my YouTube stuff back, then I would just go a different direction. There's an incredible piece knowing that God's in control and that everything's totally going to be okay. But anyway, Monday, it doesn't mean I'm just going to give up on this, though, if there's something I could do. So Monday, I called, like, at 9 o'clock. They open at 8. Slept in a little bit. I set my alarm to call them, like, right at opening. Slept in a little bit. So called them at 9. was on hold for an hour and a half. And there's a thing that all phones have, mobile phones, to where it automatically disconnects you at an hour and a half talk time. I don't know why. It's just a thing carriers do apparently. So got all the way up to that hour and a half time, got disconnected. Called back immediately. Was on hold for another hour and a half, got disconnected. Called back immediately. Was on hold for like an hour or so, and then I just hung up. I'm just like, I gotta go to work soon. Just screw this for now. So I called again though, because I got all ready for work, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just have it on speaker in the car, and maybe I'll get lucky, right? Because I have a few errands to run anyway, I'll just carry my phone around with me. So I was on the phone for about 38 minutes, and then somebody picks up the phone, and I'm like, what? Someone actually answered, and so I start talking to this lady, and she puts me on hold 3 more times. She's like, I need to further investigate your claims and how I can help you. And I'm like, well, you want me to give you my channel information or name so that you can, or Google account so you can actually help me specifically? She's like, oh no, we're not allowed to take personal information. I'll just look up issues like this and I'll try to guide you through it. And I'm like, well, that's not exactly what I was hoping to hear, but okay. So she puts me on hold again, comes back. She's like, okay, so there's this extra appeal form that I can send you to that hopefully will help. This is a very unusual situation that you're going through, whatever that means. And so she was going to guide me to this form to fill out, like this extra appeal form. So I was in the car at the time, on my way to work. I was like a minute out from work. And so she's like, are you next to a computer right now so I can guide you through it? It's kind of complicated. And I'm like, I will be in like 2 minutes. And she's like, oh, that's fine, I can stay on the line. And so I bust to the school, jump out of the car, run to my office. My office is locked, and so I have to call security in order to get it unlocked so I can get to the computer. And then I'm like, okay, no, I don't have time for that. I can't, I'm not going to put this lady on, like, try to do 2 calls at the same time because I know I'm going to drop one and it's just going to screw everything up. So I book it to my supervisor, like the main adult literacy language department office. And then I realize there's a ton of people in there. I can't work on those computers. And so I run all the way to the library on the other side of campus. And there's a couple people in there, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I know it's the library, it's supposed to be quiet, but I need to take this call. So I get into the library, sit down at like 4 different computers. 3 of them are turned off. Finally found one that works, right? It's kind of in the back, out of the way, so I'm not going to be too distracting in the library. And I look down at my phone, and I had hung up. I had hung up on her, or we got disconnected, or got disconnected, or something. But something happened, and I got disconnected. And so I was sitting there, I was totally out of breath because I'd been sprinting all over my college campus, and I'm like, that was totally for waste. That was a total waste of time, and it took me, I don't even know, 6-7 hours of just sitting on the phone to actually get hold of somebody. And now I gotta do it all over again. I didn't get anything resolved. And she seemed like she had an idea of something that I could do. So it was really frustrating. So I was at work for the rest of the day, or for a couple hours. And then as soon as I got off work, I went home first this time, and I called back, and I couldn't believe it, but like in 20 minutes someone answered the phone. It's crazy. And this lady I got though was so unhelpful. She's like, okay, well it sounds like it could be a copyright issue. I'm like, no, it's not a copyright issue. I got an email saying it's terms of use number 4, section H. It's not copyright. It has to do with automated spiders and automated accounts and bats. So it's just like, no, it's nothing to do with copyright. She's like, well, why don't you go to the copyright appeal form and send an email to them making sure it's not copyright. I'm like, lady, listen to me. This is not copyright related whatsoever. I have nothing on my channel that could possibly be claimed for copyright. So, and all of my channels did not get claimed for copyright. It was an automated thing. So can you help me with that? And she's like, well, maybe on the forums. And I'm just like, okay, well, you're useless. Thank you. I didn't say that because that would have been rude. I just let her guide me to the copyright thing because she was being completely unhelpful. But, why not just entertain the whole idea? So I'm like, okay, lead me to the copyright. It's not the copyright thing, but you can take me there anyway, so she feels good about herself. I don't know. But anyway, Why do I keep running back and forth? I just took a shower too. My feet are gonna be filthy. Anyway, then I go to the forums and I'm just like, you know, there's Google employees and moderators on the forums that are there to actually help. And so it's this official support Google forums. And I go there and I post a thread and I'm just like, I just explain my situation and then I get someone writing back. And we write back and forth over the next couple days. And I realized that, okay, things aren't actually as bad. There's a little bit of hope here because it's so freaking windy. It's not hot. It's just it. What? There used to be like a whole shed here. Where did it go? The aliens. Aliens. They've taken the building. They've taken the building. That's from one of our videos. Okay, hold on. Ow! 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 We need to get in the cover of this building so we can get away from the wind. Oh, there's glass and nails. I'm absolutely gonna impale my foot. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so it's a little quieter back here. It's kind of nice. How you guys doing? Where was I in the story? Okay, so I started realizing that, okay, you know, this lady seems to be kind of have an idea of what's going on. And then before this, I was sending out emails to a ton of different YouTubers that I had seen had gotten their accounts suspended but got them back. And so I'm like, what did you do, dude? Because I need to know what you did so I can get these channels fixed. And so, there's a lot of ants over here. Anyway, and they're crawling on my feet. In the support forums, lady was very helpful. Found out that the channels themselves were not suspended. Or terminated, rather. Because if they were terminated, they would have been gone off YouTube. And this whole time I could see the channels. And like look at them and access them from other computers and whatnot. And so I found out that the Google accounts associated with those channels got suspended. But the channels themselves did not get suspended. So, if I go to my Google Plus page and add another manager to the channel, then they can run the channel. So the channel could continue, I just couldn't do it anymore because I was suspended from YouTube. Still waiting on that appeal at the time. So, I'm like, okay, well, this kind of sucks. I have three ways I can go about this. I could quit, which was obviously off the table. I could just make another account, fake an identity, and just run my channels myself. That was dishonest, and I'm not going to do that. So what I did is I went to my dad, and I'm like, hey, Dad, I know you'll do this for free, but I'm not going to ask you to because that would be the same as me just making an account. So I'm paying my dad to manage the channels for me. So I can still make content and everything, and I'm not being dishonest with the whole thing, so that I can still put up content and run this whole YouTube show, but I'm not actually breaking any of the rules. Even though I never broke any rules in the first place, I was still technically suspended, and I wasn't gonna break that rule too. Even though it's an unfair, completely, I don't know, it's just not my character. So, it was great. Things all worked out. I hired my dad to do this for me, and all my channels were up and running again. And, you know, he was going to do it, but I would, like, unofficially do it. I'd monitor comments and stuff like that. But he officially is getting paid to manage channels. You know. But then, so everything's good, right? So I think things are going to be good. But then, oh, what was I talking about? This happens to me way too much where I'm just in the middle of something and just totally lose my train of thought. And then, yesterday, I get an email from Google saying, we got your appeal and we reviewed everything and, yeah, we reinstated your account. You're good. So I'm just like, that's it. That's all they gave. There was no apology. There's no like, sorry for the inconvenience, or this is what we thought you did, but you didn't do it. There was no explanation or anything. And so it's just straight up, we reviewed I can't speak. We reviewed your appeal, and yeah, here's your channel. Or your account. And so I'm just like, this whole thing could have. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's all worked out now. I'm not suspended anymore, and the channels are good. We're back, we're running again, which is awesome. Just praise God for that. It's so cool. But through this whole thing, and I'll talk about this more on my Reflect channel in the next video probably, or I'll make a special video, I don't know. But it makes total sense. The day after I post that first Reflect video, everything starts going wrong. And the whole time I was more freaking out about losing this Reflect channel than Flipsider Films and Flipsider Games, because the Reflect thing is way more important in the long run. Teaching God's Word and everything. So I wanted to get Reflect back more than anything, and you know, I ended up getting it all back, because God's faithful like that, and it's cool. He decided to work it out that way. But through this, it's kind of cool, because I always just figured I'd just rely on YouTube, because YouTube's always going to be there, right? But through this, I realized I need to figure out an alternative to if this happens again. So we have a website in the works, there's an ebook getting written, there's all these different aspects of the Flipsider whole thing. We got welcome to the Flipside.com. I have Flipsiderfilms.com, but welcome to the Flipside.com is where we can put a website and put everything under that banner. And just have a website for everything. And like I said, there's an ebook that we're going to write. We have a project with the movie theater. And it's just a lot of different doors opened because of this whole YouTube scenario. It's just cool how God works that way. He'll take a bad thing, and if you just trust Him through it, He'll bring you through it. Either He would have brought me through it and like He did and gave me all my YouTube stuff back, or He would have taken me in a different direction. But either way would have been totally cool. But now I get to keep making videos and keep making Reflect, and I have a whole new different side of the business now that's being built, that's non-reliant on YouTube, just in case something crazy like this happens again. So it's just, things actually worked out for the best. It worked out really good. And so, which is crazy, because it's weird. It came so out of left field, the whole thing. But it's all good now. Everything's worked out. All our channels are back. I'm not suspended anymore. I got this whole different side of the business world that I'm starting to, something, I don't know. I'm trying to speak words, but words are hard. Anyway, yeah, that's the whole story. That's what happened, and we are good to go now. So, ow! Oh, so many like little rocks and sticks in the bottom of my feet. They're just knifing in every time I take a step. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to click those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. There's a lot of stuff going on this next week. So look forward to a lot of vlogs, because there's a whole lot going on and a lot we need to catch up on. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a really long video, but I wanted to explain to you guys exactly what was going on and everything, because that's what this channel's all about. It's about me. I just spit all over you guys. I am genuinely sorry for that. That is so my bad. And in spitting on you guys, I actually spit on myself, because I'm on the screen right here, and that's disgusting. I refuse to walk on grass barefoot ever since I walked through and got stung by a bee. Hurt like crazy. Anyway, for the third and final time, 100%ed Halo anniversary. Combat Evolved anniversary. Finally, it took me like 3 days, but I did it. I've been doing that like crazy recently, just going through and 100% in games, because I got a new Xbox Live account. So I lost all my achievements from my other profile, and I'm just going through and just perfecting games, and it's been fun. But I've been super busy and kind of stressed about the YouTube thing. Now I can like actually record it again. It'll be awesome. Yeah, fourth and final time. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys on the flip side.